people if they knew. I'm trying hard to make you see. All that you are is all that I need. I know that it's a secret and that I gotta keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on. I know that it's a secret and that I gotta keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on. I know that it's a secret and that I gotta keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on. I know that it's a secret and that I gotta keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on. And I don't wanna run away anymore. Leave the lights on, leave the lights on, leave the lights on. slip away. I should have been making up my mind. I never opened up to get all in, and now I'm running out of time. Sometimes I dream about going back, keeping all the things I left behind. But now I know I can't change the past. Way too young to know the reason why.
I think you enjoy this illumination podcast BCB.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to wish you a very hearty hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. Thank you for the train. Outside. In the mix. Mitch, are you still with me? Yeah.
I'm sorry, the DJ impulses just take over sometimes, goddamn. Ever since I saw that Chinese DJ,
Hey no.
How are you still? How are you still?
ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? It is midweek. Congratulations, you made it. Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Dude, I love this. I love that I have become the DC guy so heavy that we're like, what? 2 minutes into stream and people are like, watch the fucking Lanterns trailer, bitch. Watch that shit. Yes, we will be watching it. Yes, we will. Let's let some people file in. I've been holding off watching it all day. I was training Caroline at the gym. Hey, Will, you were talking about your favorite live artist the other day, and I'm trying to remember who it was because they sounded great. Live artist? I mean, I really like The Prodigy. It might be The Prodigy. Who else? Who else do I really like live? It's probably The Prodigy right now because that's who I'm ramping up for at EDC. Might be Justice. Justice is very good. Fred again. Hey, well, I'm fat. Is the diet you're doing posted anywhere? Dude, I can teach you my diet in 2 seconds. Watch this. So I have found what works for me is the Wake Wilder method. Okay. The Wake Wilder method, AKA the autism diet. Wake Wilder is a genius because basically what he does is he eats the same thing every single day. Now, that's challenging. Don't get me wrong. However, it is a really easy way to track calories. Okay? It is a very, very easy way to track calories. Okay? So this is what I eat almost every single day for the last month, and it's how I've lost like 20 pounds. Hold on, my light's too hot. But you'll get scurvy? No, you won't. Not if you eat something nutritious. This is what I eat every day. I have a lemon chicken and arugula salad twice a day. I break up some chicken breast and I put it in there. And then for me, because I need some more carbs, I put some Cheetos or some chips in the motherfucker. Plantain chips, Cheetos, whatever is going to give you like a little, yummy. I know exactly how many calories I'm consuming. I know how much protein I'm getting in there, etc., etc. Then I also have, before bed, I have some yogurt, low-fat yogurt with, what I do is I have a protein cereal, honey nut protein cereal or something.
100 pounds eating almost nothing but canned tuna with
There
the
you go.
occasional chicken breast and rice.
There you go. And I put that honey nut cereal in the yogurt. And then in the morning, I'll have a black coffee and I'll basically fast until my first salad. And then at the gym, if I'm really dragging tits, I'll have a protein shake. And that's my diet every day. But this comes with dressing. It's really worked for me. It's helped simplify everything. Also, I gotta say, I will say that one thing that do you have a cheat day? Of course. I think if you don't have a cheat day, if you are too rigid on your diet, you're bound to fail, right? If you can stay on your diet for like 8 out of 10 meals, I think you'll really and truly lose weight most of the time. Yes, on the weekends, if my lady or my friends are like, let's go out and get dinner, I'll go out and get dinner. You know what I mean? But the other thing that I really enjoy about this diet is this right here.
That's for cool.
Boom.
Do you have a dumpy now?
I don't have a dumpy. I have a very firm ass. I think as a streamer, one thing that kind
Hope
of
you're doing
like,
well, brother. Looking forward to movie night.
Thank you. One thing as a streamer that I was like kind of ashamed with, that a lot of streamers get very complacent about, and I got very complacent about, was my food cost. My food cost had gotten crazy. Delivery food is such a fucking scam, but I literally didn't have time to like prep meals, and I didn't have time to do all this shit. So I was ordering food constantly, man. And my food cost was like over like $1,000 a month. And I was like, this is crazy. This is fucking stupid. So now my food cost is down to like real shit. My food cost is like down to like $15 a day total, which I'm really proud of. I mean, I don't need to be saving money on food, but I just remember a time when I was broke and I would look at like my fucking Uber Eats bill and I'd be like, this is ludicrous, bro. What the fuck am I doing? So I don't know. I'm really proud of my weight loss. I have a goal. I want to get back down to like 180. So I got about 6 more pounds to go. And then I'll kind of tinker with my diet to keep it there. Say you're a really tall, skinny person and you want to gain weight. Any tips? Yeah, man. I think you need to consume more calories, right? I think a lot of people who are skinny eat very slowly. I don't know if you're a slow eater, but I have found that most of the really skinny people I know are slow eaters. So like the food hits their stomach. If you want to gain weight, the first thing I would say is you got to add a protein shake in the morning, right? Like a weight gainer. That will really help. In the morning, just glug, put your coffee in it, slam it. And then also, if you can do a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, double peanut butter before you go to bed, you will gain muscle weight for sure. You'll gain fat weight too, but you'll gain weight. Wait, speed of eating is a parameter? Yes. Not many people know this.
On the topic of weight loss, I'm struggling to stay consistent with exercising. What keeps you motivated to hit the gym daily and where did you start?
I just love the gym. I don't have any good tips for that because like I was working out with Caroline today and I was like, damn, you really hate this, don't you? I fucking love the gym. I love the gym. It's the most fun part of my day. It's the most fun part of my week is being at the gym. Working out. Like I like the way when I'm working out, this feels like I am coming and then I go home and I'm getting a pump and it feels like no, but truly like I like the feeling of being pumped up. I like going to the gym. I use it as, like mental time. I get a lot of work done at the gym too, which helps a lot. Like I'm on my phone working while I'm on the elliptical. But I think for me, as you get older, it's harder to be selfish in a healthy way. It's harder to be selfish in a healthy way. And what I mean by that is it's hard to prioritize yourself with work, with relationships, with how time poor you become as an adult. And the gym is time that is purely for you. And it's selfish in such a healthy way. It's pure alchemy. The more time you put in the gym, the longer you will live, the better you will look, the better you will feel, the stronger you will be, right? It's give and take. So there are so many things in life that are unfair. There are so many things in life where you will put so much time and effort into it and you'll get nothing back. But the gym is one of those things where the time you put in, you get back in the longevity of your life, in how your body looks, in all of those things. So every time I'm in the gym, one of the best pieces of advice I ever got, I started going to the gym when I was 12, right? And my dad was very, very adamant about me going to the gym. And I hated the gym at first, right? Until I started working out with a bodybuilder who was a trainer. And he was like, you got to get some mirror time, man. You got to pop up, see the gains. And I was like, this is so fucking stupid. I feel like a fucking idiot looking at my muscles. And then like 2 or 3 years in, I was like, ooh, sheesh. And I think there's something beautiful about that. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard in the age of social media to feel confident about you, your body, the way you appear. And so it's just literally taking time to like give yourself credit. Mirror time is important. After workout, go in the bathroom of your gym, you pop your fucking tarp off and you go, damn, look at that. There's a muscle now that where there didn't used to be. Also, when you get into serious bodybuilding, you can kind of look at like where you're gaining versus where you're not. I I don't know. I fucking love the gym. It's a big part of my life. I'm always down to give gym advice. I just know every single person here. If you work some kind of fitness into your regimen, you'll feel better.
I want to crochet you something, but it might take a month or two.
The P.O. box is going to be open from now on. Part of the problem right now, though, is that key is still getting made. So we didn't go in and get it today, but the key is still being made. If you don't like the gym, I recommend trying some kind of alternative form of physical activity. Yes, I agree. Fully agree. I'm a big pickleball. Friendly reminder that the gym and crushing weights / cardio is not a one-size-fits-all alternative form of exercise, Pilates, boxing, martial. Oh, absolutely. I agree with that as well. Like, I always tell people, I have probably trained over like 100 people now, right? People forget that at one point I was a certified accredited trainer at one point in my life. And someone wrote, I love cycling. In the context of bodybuilding, that doesn't mean what you think it means, but I know you're talking about biking, so good for you. So I was an accredited trainer, and I've trained like 100 people at this point. And I always tell people, like, listen to your body, man. Like, for example, I do not deadlift. And most every single gym expert will tell you, you gotta deadlift, dude. You gotta deadlift. I just know for a fact my body does not react well to deadlifting. I've hurt my back before. I don't want the downtime. So, like, there are gonna be lifts that feel good for you. There are going to be exercises that you like. Lean into those. Get better at those. Then there are going to be ones that you like less, and then there are going to be ones that hurt. Avoid the ones that hurt. Do your best with the ones that don't feel great. I deadlift. I love deadlifting. Not going to lie. Yeah, see? Some people, they love it. As a personal trainer and a tennis instructor, how many MILFs did you bang? No MILFs, man. No MILFs. I didn't bang any MILFs. And I'm trying to think about if any moms hit on me as a tennis instructor. I think I was a little too young, honestly. Right? Like, I was like early 20s when I was a tennis instructor, and I ran a tennis camp. So, like, I don't think I got much MILF attention. Someone said I nailed this prediction. Sources, the Seattle Seahawks are not expected to tag Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker, who is now poised to become an unrestricted free agent when the league year opens. Yeah, I called that. It is not paying running back season. It is not paying running back season. They'll re-sign him. I mean, they could, but when you're an unrestricted free agent, like, everybody gets to bid on you. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you right now, the Chiefs are going to kick the tires on that, because right now the Chiefs' plan is Jeremiah Love. That is the Chiefs' plan. I'm telling you right now, there are some picks that are chalk, meaning like people have agreed, right, with the rumors and what they're hearing. And right now, the Chiefs' plan is to draft Jeremiah Love. I think now the consensus is that the Jeremiah Love won't be there for them at their pick. Jeremiah Love will go before the Chiefs' pick. So they're going to target a running back. Do you think the Rams overpaid? The Rams are the king of, I mean, they invented the phrase. If you guys know football, what phrase did the Rams invent when it pertains to the draft? Anybody? Fuck them picks right there. The Rams are the king of that. Like, McVay's mentality is like, we are a win now team. We are always going to be a win now team with the quarterback we have, with the talent we have, with the coach we have. I want fully developed athletes. So they wanted a corner that they felt was not a scratch and sniff ticket or a scratch off ticket. They wanted a guy that they have some faith in. Now, did they overpay? Maybe. But I don't know. The Rams, they're tough, man. They're tough. Every draft pick, no matter who it is a lotto ticket. Some have better odds than others, but you never know when you're going to get a Zach Wilson, who's a total fucking bust, or a fucking Puka Nacua, who you get for a bag of chips and is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Like, that is the draft every year. You are betting on human beings, and that is not an exact science. You were 100% right with this prediction. Oh, we just talked about that. That's how we got on this topic. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty good with my football takes. Did you see Max Crosby being moved, losing my mind as a Raiders fan? He hasn't been moved yet. Unless something happened today, he hasn't been moved yet. The asking price is 2 first-round draft picks, plus a premier talent. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to pay for that. And the Raiders are firm on keeping him. The team that I could see, someone already called it. The team that I could see going all in for Max Crosby is America's team, the Dallas fucking Cowboys. I could see the Cowboys going all in for Max Crosby. That is the team that I could see. And if the Dallas Cowboys get Max Crosby, God help the NFC. Listen, I know people like to shit on the Cowboys. Max Crosby is really him. Max Crosby is really a fucking dog. You put him on that defense, God.
I don't
damn.
need no shit from anyone.
My
Yeah, go
dog
ahead.
died today. Well, thanks for
Oh
being
my
live today.
gosh.
This really helps take my mind off of it. Much
I'm
love.
so sorry to hear that. Aren't they losing Pickens, though? True, but I think their offense has a lot of weapons, and the Cowboys are probably positioned so that they can go get one of the top wide receivers in the draft if that's what they want. They tagged Pickens, did they? I don't know. Let's see.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
You're a great guy.
Trying to see. They have placed a non-exclusive franchise tag. Interesting. So, Rich Eisen has the best saying I've ever heard. Either you put a franchise tag on
yeah,
someone,
wow, that's very cool.
or you slap a franchise tag on someone.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
That is slapping someone with a franchise tag. Any chance Caroline wants a pit bull for a second dog? Absolutely no chance in hell. With peace and love, absolutely no chance in hell. Caroline likes little cutie dogs. I love big dogs. I grew up with a Rottweiler. I'd be a pity person in a second. I've owned a pit bull before, but no chance in hell. Caroline, I'm always trying to sell Caroline on a Rottweiler. Always. And she's like, oh. What's your process for looking all this up? Is there a website where I can learn how to sports ball with facts and statistics? I just have different commentators I like. I watch Badlands. I watch the Rich Eisen show every day while I work out. Anyway, yeah. Enough football. Let's move on. Okay, everybody's in here. Oh, baby, let's do it. Lantern Season 1 trailer. Let's fucking go. I've been waiting for this all day.
With all due respect, we've been training for what, 2 months?
Mr. State Trooper,
Oh yeah,
please
wow, that's very
don't
cool.
Stop me. A little Bruce Springsteen off the fucking bat?
And I haven't even worn the ring yet.
Don't get hung up on the jewelry, Junior. You're just a fucking substitute teacher. You're not ready to get up in front of the class until the ring says you are.
All right.
to Do it. Do it. Green
My
stuff.
God,
Green
is that the
stuff.
best streamer to ever do it? I see.
They're not gonna show it. Thank you. The best streamer you've ever seen do it? Yeah, that's me.
Could have died.
You want me to train you? I'm training you.
Oh, this looks so good. I'm gonna fucking combust. I'm gonna fucking combust, dude. Fuck you, Ryan Reynolds. You fucked up Green Lantern for an entire fucking generation, man.
Something is off here. I can feel it.
This is my town. You're a big shot. Noted. But stay the fuck out of my way.
Big shit.
Oh, there's all the. Oh God, it's swearing and it's dark and it's gritty. Oh.
Hates your guts.
It's the way she hates him.
Honestly, it feels like this will be disappointing. It has the feel of like a Titan show. What? Mods, kill that guy.
This is a stupid plan.
Not that stupid.
That I don't doubt. The Green Lantern's oath
Dude, this is a fucking HBO show, man.
is to protect people.
Come on, give us a little bit
We
of
both
ring.
know I do a better job of this than you.
He's right. You start with old man hell. Fuck that. Guys. What do you mean you start with old man hell? Fuck that. Gunn's fucking statement from the beginning of the DCU is we are starting all of these stories in the middle, in the fucking middle. And I'm sorry, I love Hal and I'd love to see him young, but you're telling me this man isn't selling Green Lantern? You are telling me you're not ready for a black sexy Green Lantern? Stop it. Stop it. I'm all in. He literally looks like the character walked off the page, bro. Dude, just for a frame of reference, for those of you who aren't crazy fucking DC nerds, I just want to show you something. Dude, are we kidding? Are we joking? This is perfect. This is perfect. How can we be pissed about perfection? I mean, like, listen, I will hear out debates, and I'm sorry if I'm very impassioned, but you guys know I love DC. I will hear out debates about the Robin situation, right? I think starting with Damian is fucking crazy. I think starting with Damian is fucking crazy, right? But having an old Hal Jordan doesn't bother me because it doesn't mean that Hal Jordan is going to be a non-factor, right? It doesn't mean that he's just going to vaporize. The problem with the Robins is
wow, that's very cool.
Dick Grayson's story as Robin, Jason Todd's story as Robin
Hey,
is
Willie
very
Beans, love you, man.
different
Here's to 40
than their
months.
stories afterward. Hal is still Green Lantern. He's just seasoned.
To protect people. And we both know I do a better job of this than you.
This is my job.
Ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
OMG, old Hal Jordan means parallax.
You better shut that. You better lock that down. We're not doing that yet.
As long as I'm alive, that ain't changing. So take a deep breath.
This cast is crazy.
Junior.
You're old. You're tired. And your time is up.
I don't understand. Who are you exactly?
Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
Have you ever talked with the other lanterns?
I'm the only human. They're aliens. One of them's a fucking squirrel.
Oh my God, this is going to be so peak. Ah! My body is ready. Squirrel Girl? No, that's a different universe. No, there's a Green Lantern that's literally a squirrel.
That's very cool.
We need some Martian Manhunter up in here.
So, in case
yeah,
you don't
wow,
know the
that's very
lore
cool.
of the Green Lanterns are basically like a space peacekeeping force. So, like, Green Lantern is not exclusive to one person; it's a whole core of people. And so here you can see a bunch of Green Lanterns, and a lot of them are aliens. What about Guy Gardner? This might take place before Guy Gardner, right? We don't know exactly where in the timeline it's happening. Guy Gardner, if in the comics, was also a fucking backup for Hal Jordan. So things could happen. We don't know exactly where it's launching from. It's confirmed Guy Gardner is in this show. Okay, interesting. Well, we don't know, but Guy's relationship to Hal is, if you think that relationship was stressed, I bet the Guy and Hal relationship will be even fucking worse. This is going to be cool. This is going to be really cool. I'm excited. I'm excited. I wish the colors were a bit more poppin' though. With peace and love. There is a reason we didn't see anything green in that trailer. I think when they show that fucking bright green light, it's going to be very bright. They're teasing us. That's what a teaser is. Aren't there other colors of lanterns too? Do you think they could add them in? Yes, there are other colors of lanterns. Many colors of lanterns, all kind of with their own effect. Here you go. Here's the full spectrum. Green, blue, indigo, violet, yellow, orange, red, white, and black. We certainly will not see these two colors probably to like a season 3 or 4, if we even get them. The most likely color we will see is yellow right off the bat. Sinestro, yellow is like the fear lanterns. They're shitheads. You're probably not likely to see many of the other lantern colors. The other ones that I could see showing up are green and red because they're the other kind of like villainous lanterns. The orange lanterns are not green, orange, sorry. The orange lantern is fucking Larfleeze. This character is incredible. He's like Smeagol, but with his lantern. He wants it all to himself. Mine, 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 mine.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Very good.
They added like 4 others.
They added like 4 others? Wait, when? What? Did they? There are 4 other orange lanterns? There's like ultraviolet and violet. Oh. I thought you were saying there were other orange lantern members. I was like, what? Mr. State Trooper. I'll admit I have not read a ton of Green Lantern, but I really like the Green Lantern I have read. Lanterns, HBO DC Studio series. Hold on. Casts Ulrich Thompson as Sinestro. I could see this dude looking like Sinestro with some dark hair. He's got the facial structure for it. Anyway, I don't want to talk about nerd shit for too long. Mr. State Trooper. Please don't stop me.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Quick
Hey,
comedy
Will,
sketch.
always love the streams. Have you checked out the DC Black Label comic with Green Arrow, Batman, and the Question?
Have you checked out the DC Black Label comic with Green? No, I have not. I have not. This is the suit from Lanterns. Ooh. Looks good. Please don't stop me. Would you play the new co-op flight sim game with Austin? You two would kill it. That'd be fun. That would be fun. Some big Game of Thrones news. 2 rival versions of Aegon's Conquest are in the works at Warner Brothers and HBO.
Did you see Danhausen's debut on Raw on Monday?
I did. We already talked about that at length.
Does this come with tendies?
Wait. Thank you so much for the subscription. 2 rival versions of Aegon's Conquest are in the works at Warner Brothers and HBO. Dune-size feature film, TV series. Wait, what? Are they going to decide on one after they go through production, or are they going to make both of these? Both? That's so bizarre. Did you hear that about the Samurai Jack creator maybe working on an animated Game of Thrones? That's Gendry making Game of Thrones animated would be fucking peak. Holy shit. Holy fuck. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have to watch this because this is the burger that has been stirring up controversy all over the internet. Joe reviewed the Big Arch. We got to see it.
McDonald's to try out there, you guessed it, the Big Arch Burger. We're going to break it down to its bare essentials, tear it all apart, give it a fair score right here within the city limits of Fairmount, Georgia. Before I get started, I'd like to send a special shout out to Robert and the Waterville, Washington Shockers. Thank you for tracking me down, inviting me into your classroom. Ching Ling, a very happy birthday to you and enjoy your food. Molly, happy birthday to you and thank you for supporting the channel. Carmela, Kyan, Jasper, Malachi, Hannah, I want to wish each and every one of you a very hungry, happy birthday. The McDonald's new Big Arch Burger, which is the biggest burger on the menu, is made up of 2 quarter-pound beef patties, 3 slices of white cheddar cheese, slivered onions, lettuce and pickles, Big Arch sauce on a toasted sesame and poppy seed bun. A single unaltered Big Arch Burger will overwhelm your dietary needs with 1,020 calories, drop 1,760 milligrams of sodium onto your unsuspecting circulatory system. I have the full nutritional information on the screen and in the description below. When you head over to McDonald's to pick up one of these, on grams of sodium and in the description.
What? 1,020 calories? 65 grams of fat? 1,760 milligrams of sodium in one burger?
Below. When you head over to McDonald's to pick up one of these, be prepared to shell out a hefty $8.89, or you can make it a medium combo for $12.99 before taxes in Georgia. Now it's time for the moment of truth when we roll the drive-thru at McDonald's in Cartersville, Georgia. It's Big Arch time.
The burger has 2 grams of salt. That is crazy.
Time.
He's crazy.
Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Will you be using the mobile app?
No, ma'am.
What can I get for you?
Could I get 4 Big Arch burgers and a medium diet? Yeah, 4 Big Arches.
Alright. Alright, and anything else? I'm sorry.
Could I get a medium diet Coke?
You can.
Okay.
And what else for you?
That's all I need.
Alright, so 4 Big Arch burgers and a medium diet Coke?
Yeah, 4 Big Arch burgers. Yeah, got it.
Will Neff, that's me. Oh, what's up, Joe?
Be 4018.
Can't eat for a couple days. Joe, I can't wait to see what you thought of this burger. Joe, have you seen the burger CEO wars going on now because of this burger, this Big Arch burger? So, Joe, I don't know if you know this, but the McDonald's CEO took like a little baby bite. He was like, ooh, that's a good burger. Hated it. So then the Wendy's CEO was like, no, it was Burger King CEO, grabbed it and he was like, took a massive bite of the new fucking Whopper and he's like, that's a good burger. And then the Wendy's CEO took some fries and a Frosty, crushed it. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see, like, I don't know, maybe the Shake Shack CEO just fuck his sandwich at this point, right? It's like a space race. They have to increase the odds. You know what I mean? We're just going to see the Mike's, Jersey Mike's CEO be like, we're going to show you how we make it Mike's way. Oh my God! Now that's how you make love to a sandwich. It's crazy out here. It's a nuclear arms race of fast food.
At the first window.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Five Guys CEO is just going to put a burger on a couch in front of 5 guys behind the couch. We're going to show you why our burgers are so special.
That's for cool.
Movie night is cozy night now.
Good afternoon.
Good.
You're scaring Joe. I'm not scaring Joe. Joe's on the internet. Joe's cool.
I'm gonna pull you up to number 1 for the Big Arches. They're made to order, so it's gonna be about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya.
You have a great day.
Too.
Joe is the best. Damn right he is. Listen, I don't willy-nilly endorse internet creators. Joe is legit. He's the real motherfucking deal.
I've got my Big Arch burgers. Let's get over to the side and do the Joe is hungry temperature test.
Dude, I love Joe, but when it really locked in for me that I knew Joe was legit and he was cool and he was one of us, kind of how he got his stripes for me was when I found out the leader of his Discord community is called, like, I think the leader of his Discord community's name is Femboy Hooters. And I was like, okay, Joe's based.
Big Arch number 1 is 143.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Big Arch number 2 is 142.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Big Arch number 3 is 144.7 degrees Fahrenheit. If you've been watching my channel, you know I like my temperatures at 140 degrees or above. I would have liked to have seen these a little bit warmer than this. They claim they were fresh made. Well, they're within parameters. So today, McDonald's, Cartersville, Georgia 20, you passed the Joe is hungry temperature test. Now it's time to open the buns, take a good look at the burger, check out that very special sauce, head back to the studios and do the Joe.
You telling me this man isn't real in base when he said we got to open the buns and check out the special sauce? He knows what he's doing.
I was hungry. Weight test. Well, McDonald's, you got by on that temperature test. The next question I have here, can you make all these guys the same size? How's your portion control this morning? Well, we're going to find out when we take off for this box. In other words, set the chair on the scales.
Not gonna lie, the burger looks mid. I have heard by all reports, like McDonald's took a big swing on this sandwich, and it's just not as good as a Big Mac, which is a big problem. I know, girl, the boycott. I know, I know it's very vogue to dislike McDonald's, and I'm kind of with that. But I will admit, a Big Mac is just a delicious, solid fast food burger. It really is. They figured that shit out. I have to give them credit.
Big Arch number 1 is 12.46 ounces or 354 grams. Big Arch number 2 is 11.88 ounces.
Delicious. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's nostalgia, but when I have a real fresh Big Mac with some fries, which has been years for me, it always did hit.
337 grams. Big Arch number 3 weighs in at 11.83 ounces or 336 grams. Well, the difference between the heaviest and the lightest in this case is less than 10% of the average weight of all three. So today, McDonald's.
Controversial opinion, maybe. Everything at McDonald's sucks except for the cheapest shit on the menu. Fully disagree. Big Mac, very good. McNuggets, especially with sweet and sour sauce, fresh out the. And also, they have figured out fries. McDonald's fries go absolutely fucking psychotic.
Pass the Joe is hungry consistency weight test. Well, McDonald's, they don't have any serving weights and nutritional information. There is little more I can do about that except add them all up, average them out, do the math, and you come up with a not too unreasonable price of 74 cents an ounce, which leads us on to the next test, the one and only, the Joe is hungry big reveal.
Oh my God, thank you, Sweet and Sour is undefeated. I honestly do not understand people who eat McNuggets without sweet and sour. I think it's mandatory. I am afraid to check my blood pressure after eating these this morning, says Joe. Cool. Yeah, Joe, you ate an 8-ball of salt. If you add all of these, like it is a lot of salt. It is a staggering amount of salt. Okay, it looks okay to the outward eye. These look a little dry.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very
Are
cool.
these look also thicker than the typical Big Mac patty?
Burgers I've ever had from Burger King. Crown emoji. Even
no way. I have heard this now from multiple sources. That the new Whopper is really good. I think this is good for America. When Burger King is up, it's good for America. They're the underdog brand. You know what I mean? Oh, it's 2 quarter pounders.
America needs some healthy competition.
That's right. Joe, have you tried the new Whopper yet? I've heard good things. But I will reserve judgment till I hear from the king. I don't trust any fast food reviews except for Joe is hungry.
This is what it looks like, and this is what it's supposed to.
His heart is already fighting for its life. You're going to kill him? Okay, maybe hold off on trying the new Whopper. You guys are right.
To look like. This is what it looks like, and this is what they'd have you believe it looks like. Well,
what kind of cheese is that on this? This isn't their typical cheese. Is this provolone?
It's like, well, We've seen what
White cheddar. Oh my God in heaven.
it looks like, and we saw how much it was. Not that bad of a price. As far as what it looks like, to me, it's not an unattractive looking burger. Does it look like its ad photos? No, not really. I mean, it kind of resembles it. Leave it in the comments. Tell me what you think.
Is it the BK Maple Burger, Bourbon Burger? No. Burger King, yes, has totally revamped the Whopper. Like, the Whopper is now a new sandwich. They changed the bread, they changed the sauce, they changed a bunch about it, apparently. And now people are like back on the Whopper. People are saying that the new Whopper is actually really fire.
Well, now it's time for the final test, the definitive test. The Joe is hungry bite test. So it is. Bite test, engage.
Strange brew is what we're used to. Get high on life, that's me and you.
The sauce, LOL, Will, it's just mayo, lettuce. Yeah, no, they have a new mayo. Apparently they have created and now marketed extra creamy Burger King mayo. It's a new sauce.
Way to the sunset. Run away with the sky.
Also, fuck it, I'm saying it. All mayos are not created equal. All mayos are not created equal. I'm a Kewpie man. I use Kewpie exclusively in my house, and I can't go back to a lesser mayo.
Strange brew is meant for me and you.
All mayo is equally gross? Well, sir, that is not a white person. Yeah, the other night we were talking about white people things. That is a person of color. It's in our DNA. We love it. Nothing like a good egg sauce.
The hamburger buns seemed to be pretty fresh and held up relatively well. The burger patties were well cooked, meaty, and savory.
As a whitey, I don't care for mayo. Have you ever done a 23andMe? I have something horrible to tell you. I don't think you're as white as you think you
and still retain their juiciness. The pickles, lettuce, and fresh onions.
You fuck with Dukes? I love Dukes, but I am a Kewpie man. I like Kewpie a lot.
They were crispy, and as far as the cheese goes, there was absolutely no shortage of that. The Big Arch sauce was tangy and tart and tended to bring out all the other flavors. The onion strings on the bottom of the burger, even they were still crispy. With that being said, let's head back to the beginning of the video, see what Shadow Joe thinks, and do the Joe is hungry sneak-a-doodle bite.
Yeah.
Sneak-a-doodle bite, number one.
This is when McDonald's is its best. I do think of all the fast food franchises, McDonald's and Taco Bell have the least staying power. They are the two that it's like you must eat it immediately.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Taco Bell and McDonald's, you have like a 10-minute fuse where it goes from like, that's pretty tasty to like, ooh, ugh, ooh.
Sneak-a-doodle bite?
In-N-Out too? I don't know. I've had an In-N-Out burger a few hours later that still absolutely hit the spot. Their fries? Absolutely not. Their fries, you have 5 seconds. Like when the tray hits your hands, you have 5. And after that 5 seconds, those fries are inedible.
Number two. Sneak-a-doodle bite. Number three.
Yo, Joe. Joe's trying to get through the salt, man. Joe just reacted like he just hit a salt lick. You ever taste a salt lick as a kid? He's having the exact same reaction. My uncle was a deer hunter and he had a fucking salt lick near his house and he's like, why don't you give that a taste? I was like,
It is juicy. I would have liked to seen it a little bit warmer.
why? Dude, there are so many weird traditions about deer hunting. I don't even want to get into it because we can't have this conversation normally with with the people in this chat. But I just know that I was from a hunting family that has since walked away from hunting. But growing up, I had a lot of venison. There are a lot of strange traditions around deer hunting.
That special sauce, I can taste it. It has a bit of tanginess. The lettuce seems fresh. We're not getting a massive amount of crush factor here. Let's go ahead and let the self-proclaimed expert give this thing a score. If you don't know the scale is 1 to 10, 9 being the best. Anything above 9 is a once in a lifetime experience and almost never achieved. 5 and down. Is that
you got a lot of Michigan leftists here? We know. Oh God, we're about to divide the left. Dude, the left is already so divided. We can't have this conversation. Listen, I walked away from hunting and my cousin JR walked away from hunting, but like when we were kids, it was very much around us. Okay. That is all I will say.
slippery slope to the pits and depths of fast food hell. Let's go ahead and give this the number that it truly deserves. McDonald's. When I first saw the price on this, I thought it was kind of high, but with the amount of burgers.
I grew up in northern Wisconsin, and yeah, I also licked a salt lick. Also drank a beer in my deer stand at 16 with my uncle. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. You know what you gotta do? You gotta, one of them. Poor man's martini or whatever. You take your Miller Lite and you just rub it around on the salt lick, the rim of your.
You're getting, it's really not that bad. You have a good flavor combination. I don't have any major issues with prep. I actually kind of like
the St. Cloud margarita. Oh my God, that's so funny.
the flavor. So, I think I'll go.
Oh no! Fuck, I didn't get it in time. 7.0 is high, man. He really liked this.
Oh yeah, wow, that's so cool.
I have
love
heard
movie night.
not so great things about this sandwich, but I have heard great things about that new Whopper. Interesting. Joe really liked it. Joe dug it. Joe has spoken. Oh man, it's fun to be streaming when you have some energy. I got some good sleep last night. I had a good workout. Streaming is fun. We've also, I'm gonna say, Charlie made a video comparing the two. Oh, we have to check that out. I will say it's been a good week of streaming too. I feel like we've been making some good stuff. I really want to do the Whopper. Yeah, I think it's good. Here, let's take a listen to what Charlie says real quick. Charlie ate both.
Big arch burger for the big boy.
All right, we're gonna skip forward. Oh my God.
No,
my husband. I miss him so much from 24-hour tag, bro. We had so much fun. We had so much fucking fun, man. Big Sexy and I had a fucking great time, dude. Matt really imprinted on me. I'm going to be so fucking honest. He's such a legit human being. Dude, I miss him a ton, man. We had so much. He made me laugh my fucking ass off. Whoa! The diamonds! Are the diamonds with us? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you so much.
This is gonna end with him in tears with another one, just like look as he stuffs the whole thing in his mouth. It's just a fucking.
Maybe it'll be like Squidward in the Krabby Patty.
If a hamburger is made with chicken, is it still a hamburger? So this is interesting. This is kind of a UK thing. They have chicken burgers. We would never call a chicken sandwich a chicken burger, but in the UK they call them chicken burgers.
I'm gonna go to his thighs.
and then you explode.
It is, but his other ones. So like recently, he did one where he's getting asked questions. I'm guessing by like employees or someone. He's like, "How often do I eat at McDonald's?" All the time. At least 3 to 4 days a week, actually.
You think I don't eat there all the time? Yeah,
He just keeps
What was, did you just write
that's
fuck?
cool.
Oh, OGC. I did. Oh. Bro, why did that sound like Disturbed for a second? Oh. Now that you've seen the demon in me, get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
reiterating that he loves the product. He's like, this product. Now this is how you do a product. He doesn't. He like hesitates to call it food.
He really does. Well, legally he can't. That's a joke. That's a joke. I also. It is McDonald's. As the CEO of McDonald's, you don't have to claim you eat this every day. You should actually be like, maybe don't eat our food every day. It's not the healthiest thing in the world.
Are you kidding me? That would be a death sentence.
Yes, 100%. Matt, I love you, but I fully disagree. Can you imagine if the McDonald's CEO came out and was like, hey, here's our new sandwich. I'm not going to try it because I'm a healthy person and it makes me afraid. But, as a sometimes snack, he would be Ronald McDonald would sneak into his bedroom at night and kill him like Agent 47. He would get a Mick 9mm slug in the back of his fucking head. Fucking grimace with some piano wire.
That would
For
be
him.
terrible. God
he
forbid.
actually literally can't say that or he'd probably lose his job
True.
overnight.
God forbid you fucking speak some truth. But it's like, I don't know why I set this out like this was our plate. I'll put it on here now. I will say, face value, that's a big burger.
Wait, we haven't said what this is yet.
This is the Big Arch Burger.
This is the Big Arch
Burger, which I think is what? Cheddar cheese,
pickles, onion.
it's white cheddar cheese.
We're just going to blast through.
Chris Kwasinski or some shit.
I want to hear what they think.
And then you'd be like, oh, do you want the Shamrock Shake with it? And he'd be like, what? What's a Shamrock Shake?
What? All right, here, I'll just take a
You
big
mean our
one,
green liquid product?
But this feels out of touch. Charlie didn't get the burger. He ordered it on DoorDash. Vastly changes the experience. You know what? Most of the time with takes like that, I'd say you're being a purist, but I think there's some truth to that. That you got to eat this burger fast.
See, that's why I put that there. It was helpful.
It is. We are coming up on Shamrock Shake time, right? Are you? Is that something that you're excited? We're excited.
Oh God, the Shamrock Shake, ambrosia. The Shamrock Shake, like that scene from The Simpsons where Homer eats the fucking McRib or whatever it is, and his eyes fucking dilate as the fucking trans fats go into his bloodstream like heroin. The Shamrock Shake is like that for kids. You know what I mean? Just 1,000,000 grams of sugar per sip.
I've ever had one.
We've had to have one.
Have we had one on camera?
I don't know. If we did, it was very forgettable. But just look at the way we bit into that versus how Chris took a bite.
I wasn't even thinking about
We
that.
fucking butt cheek.
Real.
Like that's how men eat a burger.
People are always talking about how we butt cheek ourselves.
3 years in a row, I've thrown up after drinking the Shamrock Shake. Skill issue maybe, still traumatized. Wait, 3 years in a row? Son, you gotta stop touching the hot stove. What? Maybe the second one I can allow, but the third? That's crazy. That's crazy. I think you got a problem.
Sandwiches. Yeah, I'll bet.
You're so right.
I'll say it.
It's
Not
fun.
bad.
Yeah, it's fun.
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay,
it is-
so they had the exact same take as Joe.
Exactly what I would expect to eat or to taste with a burger that looks like that.
I haven't had McDonald's in a long time. It does look like those patties are a little bigger than
Yeah, they're the QP patties.
what I'm used to. So is it like a little bit higher I don't want to say a higher quality, but I kind of have to. Is it like a little bit higher quality?
I think you get more meat for it. It's the same quality. I think you just get more.
Okay. I need to hear this Whopper review. Here we go, baby.
It's like,
is BK back?
Imagine smoke coming out.
Felt underway.
Construction, very bad. That tomato is running for its life.
I feel like I built it up.
I feel like there's a
Nothing happened. That's weird.
I thought it was going to be like really taking up the space.
It's like the Lay's chip bags of boxes. This tomato fell off. I'm just gonna get that out of there.
Okay, though that's.
There's more on there, I think.
Right.
If not, that's a disgrace.
Well,
Take
that's
a diaper off.
integral to the
Let's get
sandwich.
him nude. Oh boy!
Johnny, what are you doing?
Oh boy!
How much was?
Do they
this?
normally come with the diaper? Is that a new thing?
That's a new thing, I think.
Yeah, they're becoming.
No, incorrect. They have always come with the diaper. They have never come with the cardboard box. The Whopper has always been served in a paper wrap. They have added the box to protect the integrity of the sandwich during deliveries and to also keep it hotter.
A high class establishment.
So 1 patty.
Yep.
Less than 2, notably.
Less than 2. Which McDonald's had how many slices of cheese? Because this had 3.
What's new about this Whopper?
I have no idea because apparently
New bun, new mayo. Different container, different preparation.
they didn't change the meat.
The bun I know is new. They changed the bun.
Thank God they've got to the root of the problem.
And they say more pleases and thank you thanks to AI Patty. The AI assistant.
Also, I'm pulling up the price to compare.
Yeah, I bet this is cheaper.
Yep. Premier.
So the box was
doing everything. That's soft bun.
The bun is better.
It really is.
It's a lot better.
There's one glaring issue here in this burger.
It's got razor blades in it.
They've always had this glaring issue. The meat. Change the meat.
The thing is, I don't hate their meat, especially going back to back with McDonald's. I would actually say the meat here is better than the meat there. But again, I still don't think it's like amazing.
This tastes like a
I always think it tastes like when you're left alone with your like dad and he poorly makes a burger. That is kind of like the nostalgia that Burger King hits.
concession stand at a high school baseball
That's
game.
exactly
Okay,
what it tastes
that's
like.
yep, pretty close too.
Thoughts?
Gives you a lot to think about.
It puts questions in your head, doesn't
It
it?
does. Their box is not as good.
No, it's not.
Hello?
I keep getting my penis stuck in mailboxes and lanterns. Please help.
I would eat this over that, personally. You don't have to agree. You could eat this over that. Over this.
I'm kind of torn. I think the meat here is better. I like the bun here more. I think this is overall tastier, though.
Yeah. Let's really get down to the nitty gritty. Rip me off a piece of their meat.
I mean, they're going back.
Oh, smart. A direct head-to-head.
Exactly.
You don't see this often. I don't think I got any of their mayo on my bite.
Well, that's because it's so premium they can barely put any on.
Yeah,
They've run at a loss. Shockingly, Burger King's meat tastes slightly more like meat.
Yeah.
When you really take away the toppings, neither is great.
Who would have seen that coming?
That was shocking to me.
All right. Interesting. I think what we learned more than anything is that I miss Matt. All right, we got another video from the chaotic good barbarian.
Another pathetic adventurer come to steal my gold. Do you know how many cities I've razed to the ground to procure my hoard? How many so-called heroes I've burnt to a crisp? What makes you think you stand?
Great fucking reference there. Great fucking reference there. That's an awesome little fucking Easter egg.
Crisp. What makes you think you stand
Dragon's
any
Lair? Yeah, that's the protagonist from Dragon's Lair.
chance against my might?
Well, for one, I'm not here for your gold.
You're not? Ah, then you must have come to rescue the princess.
Please free me, hero.
Okay, that is a very direct reference to Dragon's Lair. Holy shit, bro. I don't know how many of you actually coughed up the quarters to ever see this scene, but yeah. No, that's Zelda, brother. 100,000,000%. That's Dragon's Lair. Princess Daphne, dude. She literally says, "Free me, hero." She's got the same fucking crown. Yeah. 100%.
Did the king send you? He can have his precious daughter back once he coughs up 1,000,000 pieces of gold.
Maybe the king did send me.
As I thought.
Or maybe I'm here for those scaly orbs betwixt your legs.
What?
Legends foretell that whosoever collects 7 Dragon Balls shall be granted any wish they desire.
I don't think that's true.
2 more, and I get my wish.
Oh God, are those real? Ew, you're a fucking sicko, you know that? And a fool, too. For I am the most powerful of all dragons. My claws are spears, my wings a hurricane.
You really like gold, huh?
Obviously.
I can give you gold.
You can? Where are you hiding?
Thank you for the subscription.
It cannot be. The legends are true.
I wish this dragon can have all the gold he can hold.
Oh, really? Thanks, man. In his bowels. My what? Oh, no. No, not like that.
My God, I don't believe it. You actually rescued my daughter in time for her birthday. And you captured the dragon as prisoner? Well, actually, I had something else in mind. Oh?
New Dark Fantasy Collection available now on the Dungeon Soup store.
Oh my God. This is how I want to look when I'm elderly, right here. God. A man can dream. Oh, ain't my bam. With a combo, yeah. You ever done smelling salts? I have done smelling salts a bunch of times. Wait, an NBA coach hit the Kings coach hit smelling salts? Hell yeah. I used to do smelling salts before every stream to get amped up, to get absolutely fucking hyped. I don't know why I don't do that anymore. I fucking hate smelling salts. Nah, they're good. Is the movie already over? No, it hasn't started. We always start at 8:30. That's just poppers, bro. No, it's absolutely fucking not. You have no idea what you're fucking talking about. That's like being like, you smoking weed? That's like doing heroin. Okay. Smelling salts are like concentrated ammonia that shock your system. Correct. Are you watching season 50? No. Oh, Survivor. I don't watch Survivor outside of stream. I don't do that. No, we're not watching an AI trailer. No, sir.
Oh, yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Robelisk Flassfail, thank you so much. Did you watch the new Lanterns trailer? Yes. Yes, I did. Got a track for you? All right. I'm always honest when people send me music.
Angel.
Blaze and Basil, thank you. Okay. A little kind of Disclosure meets fucking Boards of Canada type shit.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Prime up our man.
Thank you for those primes. This is groovy. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Cinnamon Chasers. Someone in chat said I did ketamine while watching the pod.
Yeah,
it was
wow,
good.
that's very cool.
I don't know how
Love
to
you,
feel
King of
about
Late
that.
Night
That
Neff.
horse tranquilizers really set off the enjoyment of my podcast. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Okay. Is this Euro? No, this is not Euro. This is kind of like progressive glitch hop type experimental. It's just Deep House? Hmm.
God grant us thy protection. Give us strength. Give us understanding. Give us wisdom. Give us forgiveness.
This is dope. I like this. As I said, it reminds me a lot of like Cinnamon Chasers. If you like this,
Angel.
It also kind of reminds me of Burial, but a little dancier. But it reminds me of this track. This track is like fucking iconic. Let's go.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Oh, going straight to jail. Yeah, that's an absolute bop. It was ketamine for my treatment. Band poggers? No, it's censored, you dummy. It was ketamine for my treatment-resistant depression. It was a vibe. I love your pod and sobriety. Oh, dude, I was just joshing with you. I don't give a fuck if you do ketamine either way. I was just making a joke. Beep, 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 beep. What is this? Movie for tonight? We're going to talk about that in a second.
A bit better, baby. So what we do is we get a package of bread hot dogs. We walk over to Central Park and we feed all the motherfucking raccoons that are over here.
Oh.
I love you, raccoons. I got hot dogs for you.
Oh, yeah. Bring them inside.
Who wants a hot dog? Who wants
this guy?
Wants a hot dog? Who wants a hot dog? A hot dog is for you. There you go, buddy. Throw some dogs at the boys.
All the boys are buzzing.
There we go.
This is awesome.
Yeah. Take them little dogs.
Yeah, look at them. Look at their
There
little
you go.
faces. They love
You want to have the best night of your fucking life? You don't need to spend that much money in New York. Just buy a pack of Sabret hot dogs and feed the raccoons in Central Park. Bye, boys. That's all the hot.
Fire. All fun and games till they follow you home in New York City. You think one of those fucking raccoons is getting on the L? The OG.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's 10 to 7.
This guy.
Food in them because they're not going to be able to eat after, once the temperature starts dropping. Right, well, it gets below -5 for a while, they won't be out. That's about 25, 24 Fahrenheit. Ready?
This is the type of druid I would be. You know what I mean? Just a fucking pack of raccoons.
Man, oh man. This is crazy. Here. Ow! Oh my God, buddy! Take it easy. Grabs a hold of me and hauls me back. Here. Here.
Bro, the no-look handoff to the raccoon behind him.
Look at this. This is crazy. There was 8 pounds of hot dog gone. Look. And 2 bags of grapes gone. I got what? 5 hot dogs left. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's all there is. I'll have to cut some more. Okay.
Hell yeah. If you're cold, they're cold. All right, Haas, I know you're here because you just sent that video. Can you go ahead and roll that header?
Isn't it beautiful, chap? Life is not a movie. It's not scripted, edited, or packaged for the screen. We are more than the moments we see in motion pictures. Our existence is raw, unscripted, and beautifully unpredictable. Every breath, every heartbeat is a story untold, and a story that goes beyond any frame. But in those frames, in those fleeting moments on the screen, we find our greatest escape. Movies let us step outside of life, if only for a moment, to dream, to feel, and to live someone else's story. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need. Welcome to Neff's Movie Night.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Welcome to Will Neff's Movie Night.
Wow, that's very cool.
It is such a pleasure to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, here on Will Neff's Movie Night, there are three types of movies we watch. We watch movies that I think are critically important to the world of film. Acclaimed films, Criterion films, international films. That's the first genre. The second genre are movies that I really enjoy. Films that I think that maybe you can glean something from, but we're enjoying them and we're having a good time. And the third genre of film is slop for the hogs. Sometimes you just gotta show a fan favorite that everybody's gonna fucking have a blast watching. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time since I slopped these dirty hogs. They're squealing. Wee, wee, give us some slop. We demand it. And that's why tonight's movie's Rush Hour. Every fucking week, someone says, when are we going to watch Rush Hour? We got to watch Rush Hour. So we're finally fucking doing it. All right, we're watching fucking Rush Hour. You finally broke me. All right? We were going to watch a black and white Danish film from the 1950s. You fucking monsters!
They asked me when was the first time I fell in love with cinema. It's when I watched Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah,
wow,
well,
that's
get
for cool.
get ready for
4
your
great years,
slop,
Neff.
you dirty slop
Oh, yeah,
goblins.
wow, that's for cool.
No, I mean, listen, this movie is great. And I want to talk about at the end of this, the fact that we are getting the most morally corrupt movie maybe ever made because Donald Trump demanded another fucking Rush Hour, which I think is very funny. It's a good launching point for conversation.
Oh yeah, wow, that's for cool.
Are watching Rush Hour 3 Cat.
No, we are watching the original Rush Hour. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have too much to prep you on for this one. We were going to watch Seventh
Oh
Seal.
yeah, wow, that's for cool.
Slop me up long time.
And then, fuck it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and fucking girls, so let me tell you a little bit about Film Night. We've been doing this for 6 years now. And it is a film course, as it were. I hesitate to say that before the slop we're about to watch, but usually I show very
Seventh Seal
important
sounds so
movies,
good. Next
Criterion films, and I try and teach you a little something.
Nom 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 tasty slop.
Yeah, this one's for the heads tonight. This one's for the real heads. So we use YouTube free movies to watch these movies. In case you don't know what YouTube Free Movies is, it is a page owned and operated by YouTube that licenses films for free that are available for you to watch. So ever since the death of the Amazon Prime Watch Party, this is what we use to kind of skirt DMCA laws. But in accordance with DMCA laws, there will be no VOD of this stream, and there will be no clips. And there will also be no alerts. So if you wanted to pay me money, that's fine. Do it on another stream. Do it on a stream where I'm doing other content. Tonight, just sit there and hang out and don't give me money. Just don't do it because alerts will be off, bits will be off. And I know people every night will be like, I made a donation that said I wanted to see your butthole. Why didn't play it on stream? Well, that's because it's during a movie. So just save the messages about wanting to see my asshole for another day. So yeah, all of those things. Beyond that, what can I say? I set ads as low as they go, but as I have explained, as a partnered streamer, I can't get it below 30 seconds. So this is your chance to download an ad blocker or to transition from your phone to your PC.
Please show
hole. No hole. With that being said, we'll have a little discussion at the end of this movie. That's kind of the class section of the film. I know a lot of you will leave, but if you don't, that'd be great. Anyway, with that being said, I am going to show a 3-minute rules video that we watch every week before we get into film night. It's kind of a best practices, just some things that you can keep in mind while watching the film. If you've seen them before, you can use this 3 minutes, as I will, to go get a snack, get comfortable, do whatever you need to do, because once we start the film, we won't stop it.
Oh yeah, wow.
Can you tell us how you rented movies for a penny? Why are you the same chatter who keeps asking for this? I feel like someone asks for this every week. I'll tell you at the end. All right. With that being said, here are the rules. I'll be back in 3 minutes and we'll get started with the 1998, if I'm not mistaken, comedy classic Rush Hour.
It's a groovy time for a movie time. So grab your gap and grab a seat. But don't forget to get something to eat. Delicious meat and nutritious meat.
You can't beat my meat for a special treat. Sucking on me is really neat.
Don't be a jerk and don't be a fool. Be a good neighbor and follow these rules.
yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Remember to keep your shoes on at all times. Don't pull your penis out unless you really need to. Indecent exposure is a class 2 felony.
All right, perfect timing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me just get this set up. Hold on one second. We nuke that. We bring that up. We do this. 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 All right. Enjoy.